Hey there, this is Will from Yugen Bliss, the road to happiness. How's everybody doing tonight? I know this isn't live, but I'm still trying to work out the kinks. I'm having a hard time with it. Of course, I'm not computer savvy. I know it's probably pretty easy for most of you guys out there, but it's pretty hard for me. Oh well, it doesn't matter. I'll figure it out one way or another, and wherever there's a will, there's a way. But I just want to get on here and just say, I had a beautiful day today. I'm full of gratitude and appreciation, and I want to express that appreciation and gratitude to you all. And I want to wish you guys all a great night, and if you guys are waking up, I want to wish you a great morning. And let's start out fresh tomorrow, and let's do the best we can. And I tell you what, let's try to do something kind and loving for somebody today, or tomorrow, or tonight, or whenever you can. I'm just saying this because whatever you give out, it will come back to you. That's a fact. And my main goal now is just spreading love, peace, joy, and happiness. And trying to do the best I can, trying to help out people, as many people as I can. And express my true self. I'm going to express my true self, which is unconditional love. And I've been battling, very much so. We all know life's not easy. And I don't really want anybody to think anything that it's nothing that I can't get through. It's more or less me dealing with forgiveness and forgiving my debtors or my trespassers as I forgive them. And that's a delicate subject. And that's a deep subject, and it's hard because you're willing to forgive, and you're willing to forget, and you're willing to move on and try to move on and try to make this life a better place. And there are certain others out there that have a hard time with moving on and forgiving. But I feel bad. I do, because whatever attention you lie on yourself, and hostility and resentment and hatred towards another sentient being or yourself, it makes life very hard, without a doubt. And every single one of us on this planet can relate to this. And what my advice for you guys is, as hard as it seems to be, return that negative energy with your love energy, and sympathize and understand, because we don't know what others are going through and what they're having to deal with in their day. And if I can make that day a little bit easier, or a little bit better, or a little bit brighter for someone else, just by saying something kind, nice, or loving, or trying to help the individual out in any way we can, that's a plus. And they're going to recognize it eventually. And I know this cliche, or whatever you want to call it, I know I can't speak very well, but killing people with kindness and love does work. It may not work at that very instant, but it's better not to release your energy. If they're not willing to take it, and they're not willing to see it from their perspective, then it's better off being left alone. You just need to do your due diligence and try to do the right thing from here on out. And for me, it's a given for me, because I don't have any room for resentment. I don't have any room for any of that stuff anymore. I'm looking forward to my future. I want to build a beautiful future with my family. I actually want to own my own home someday. I want a beautiful place for my family to be able to live in, and I want to share it with other people. And I want to help others that are in a bad situation. You know, there are a lot of people out there that are lost, and they're just looking for somebody like me to give them their chance and their opportunity. And if anybody out there is watching this video if you're willing to put the work in and you're willing to do what it takes to make your life better and change, I'm more than happy to support you and try to move you on that way. We all deserve a second chance. We all deserve a happy life. Irregardless of your past and what you've been judged on, you can change that. I've lived in the same town all my life, and I'm sure the reputations in this town, if you talk to certain people, probably aren't as good as what people that know me now today would think. But I don't really care about what I did in my past, because my past just allowed me to grow to where I am today. Life's not easy. I have never had an easy life. I pretty much all my life worked a 9-to-5 jobs and tried to maintain my household, and I did a lot of things wrong, but I've learned from those things that I've done wrong. Just in case none of you guys out there know, my wife's never owned a driver's license. She's been diagnosed with epilepsy and seizures her whole entire life. My oldest daughter does have a driver's license, but I'm the only one, and she doesn't live with us. So I'm pretty much the caretaker when it comes to that stuff, and I'm not ashamed of that. I'm rather proud to take pride into taking care of my family the way that I do, because the average Joe, I don't think, would actually stick around. He wouldn't have stuck around. Today's society, men that, you know, they're pretty egotistic, and they want a woman that's got a license. And I'm learning that now because my middle daughter, Riley, she's having a hard time getting her license. Not really a hard time, but she's still working on it. And it's hard because, I mean, she's in the dating field, and a lot of guys, they look down on people that, you know, don't have a driver's license and stuff. And it's kind of crazy, but it's just society. It's what we've all grown in our own way, how to cope with this life. It's not always the right way, as I'm learning every day. But my daughter Riley, see, this is the thing. My daughter Riley got a car, and she's super grateful for it, but she still has to wait to drive. And sometimes that's hard for a young adolescent teenager, because I know when I got my license, it was that finally I got freedom. And it was my first taste of what freedom was all about. So I understand and I can relate to my children. I've been there. I've had to work hard for my first vehicles. My first vehicle was a Mazda B2000. It was a 1987. I paid $500 for it, and I worked as a pizza delivery driver to buy it. So I understand completely, and I understand that life's not easy, and I know that I'm having to deal with life too, but let's just think of it this way. It's easier to deal with life with others that have gone through similar things. It's easy to deal with life when you got others that can relate to you. And to look at life in a more positive way helps. And when you got other people around you that are in a positive way, it makes the experience a lot easier. It may not be the best experience. It may not be exactly the way you want it. But it goes back to the old saying, need not, want not. You have everything that you need right now. Think gratitude. Think gratitude. Gratitude is very important, and it's very powerful. And when you start being grateful and showing your gratitude with others, it's infectious. And people like seeing that. And they enjoy that. I know it's a long video. I probably should have done a live video. But again, I'm not really comfortable doing it because I don't know it enough. So, I mean, if anybody wants to be kind and loving and try to explain it to me, that'd be great. But you don't have to. I mean, I know this is a vicious business. I'm finding that it's extremely cutthroat, and it's extremely backstabbing. There's a lot of things that go on in this business that I didn't really know. But as long as you maintain who you really are, it's not so bad. The biggest thing I have is I know that my channel is all about positivity and love and peace and happiness, and it's frustrating to hear, you know, a crack. You know, I did a lawn mowing video, you know what I mean, and then someone had to come on there and be a fool. I left it on there, but I'm just saying, man, life's too short to be mean and rotten to other people. I would never go on someone else's channel and start bashing it or criticizing what I put on there, because my intentions are far from being malicious, you know, and how do I say this? I take stock in what I do, and I'm a human being, and it does bother me when people don't like what I do, and that's something that I have to grow up. I have to grow on and really basically grow up and say, hey, everybody has their own opinion. But it's just funny, it's hard. I have a hard time being able to get my opinion across. But these guys that are negative and all this stuff, they can get their point across, no problem. And that's fine too. It's just something that I'm having to deal with. It's a frustration. It's nothing serious. It's getting dark out. But yeah, it's been a great day. It's been a great day. We'll see you guys.